Round. This is the Ticket Water Cooler, brought to you by Wingstop.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Coming at you live in the heart of Lincoln, America.
I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
On air and online at theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Jake Bakoven and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
Yeah, the captain is still in the. Where's Rico?
Where's Rico?
Where's Rico? It's your show, Rico. Show yourself.
What's
Thank you. Thank you. The captain's just invading the what is this?
The water cooler.
You know what it is.
The captain invades the water cooler.
I am invading the water cooler on Wingstop Wednesdays.
He's called it the ticket hour, the water.
Yeah, you know what it is. Don't.
The captain's at the water cooler.
Don't do
That's
that.
right.
What? I got a lot of stuff. I wanted to read some of these text messages. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick around because there was a couple of good ones in there that not that one. But there's some couple of good ones in there, Rico, that I really wanted to read. So sorry for
You're at a lot of people have been posting their starting lineups. I know you were asking about that. But welcome into the Ticket Water Cooler. Also sponsored by Wingstop, where the guys are at.
Right.
Out at 28th and Superior. Head down there and get yourself some I don't know if you guys are getting out all the gift cards yet, but they have some $25 gift cards to give out if you go down there.
No, we need to get the gift cards.
Waiting
on Jake.
Do some push-ups
or Taylor.
Or whatever they decide.
We got them.
Here they come.
All right, whatever they decide to do, but you can hit us up on the
Bach, what do you got?
Oh, I got some lemon pepper wings. I'm ready to roll with.
What do you
I'm a big
want,
lemon pepper
Rico?
guy.
lemon pepper. I'm just sitting here waiting.
Well, you might be waiting because Nick's here eating and talking and conversating, and he looks like he didn't even order them.
It's okay.
So what do we got to do? What do people got to do for the gift cards here? We got push-ups again?
Yeah, if you come in, you can do either – we got to raise the bar. 30 push-ups.
Okay.
30 push-ups, or you can do 50 sit-ups.
Do a wall sit for a minute.
Or there you go.
There you go.
A 60-second wall sit.
We're at 28th and Superior. It's lunchtime. There's no better time for Wingstop. Come on down. We got $25 gift cards ready for you.
How you guys doing? You guys had a good show? Captain show went well. Captain in the black shirt.
The black shirt's gone.
Yeah.
He had to leave.
It's fine. He's busy. He's busy.
Out of there.
He's a hardworking man.
Hey, so here's John's starting lineup. Starting with the wide receivers, Manning, Palmer, Brown. Running back, Johnson.
Ramir.
Really? Tight end, Vokalek. Quarterback, Thompson. From the left tackle, Prohaska. Left guard, Williams. Center, Hickson, Bando, Benhart. Winner, chicken dinner. Rico, who you like? Have you got a starting lineup on offense?
Thompson at quarterback, Grant at running back, Palmer, Manning, and I've got like two other wide receivers: Garcia Castaneda and Alante Brown, Travis Vokalek, and then offensive line is just I don't know, man. I really Hickson at center. I think Corcoran would do better at a guard spot, but I'm not sure where. Brock Bando's probably somewhere in a guard spot. If Teddy Prohaska's healthy, probably got him at left tackle. And then right tackle, I don't know. You have those two transfers, Hunter Anthony and Kevin Williams Jr., who transferred in. Both of them have played both guard and tackle. You could, keep Bryce Benhart out at right tackle. You could sub one of those guys in at tackle or guard. So it's just it's a hodgepodge of a bunch of different names. And for the offensive line, the only person I'm confident with being a starter is Trent Hickson at center. Other than that, I have no idea.
Really?
Wow.
Prohaska, you're worried about his health, maybe.
Yeah, that's just dude, his knee was destroyed. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
What about Benhart?
I don't know. He's struggled for so long that I hope that Donovan Raiola coming in here and changing things up can get Bryce Benhart back on the right track. Because again, he was a big recruiting win coming out of, I believe, Minnesota for the Huskers. So,
big recruit.
If Donovan Raiola can get him in the right headspace and get him working the right way, then it would be great to see a big body like Benhart out there. But with the way that he struggled the first couple of years in the program, I'm not. You brought a bunch of transfers in, and you have some guys behind him that have been working their tails off. So again, Trent Hickson's the only one I feel confident with being a starter on the offensive line.
Wow.
And where did your confidence come with Trent Hickson? Just because he's
the only name that I have heard multiple times, and he's the only one that I've heard at center.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not because he's overwhelming you with his play.
No.
No.
It's just he's the only name at center that you've really been hearing this offseason.
Yeah, and I'm interested in Bando. Bando's waited his turn. I mean, he's been what is he, a fifth-year senior? Some in the old days that used to be kind of the way it was. You wait your turn to get your spot.
Yep.
Now if you don't get your turn, you get you go find somewhere you can play. So we'll see how Bando kind of turns out, sticking around, staying in that weight program for years, and hopefully it goes well. Like I've said before, that offensive line is, I think, the biggest question mark on this team. And it's a big. I like how Scott Frost calls him Donnie. So it's a big turnaround for Donnie to get going here.
Mr. Unlimited 75 says, I think Vegas has an over-under rushing yards at about 150 for Northwestern and 220 passing yards for Casey Thompson. I'd be curious to know what they've got us for rushing is.
Yeah, I wonder if he's saying that that's our rushing number or if that's Northwestern.
Oh, okay, so 150.
I believe that's what
I'm taking the over.
I hope so. I mean, it's basically pretty standard in football. If you can get 200 rushing yards, you're in a good position to win the game. I hope that Nebraska doesn't shy away from that. I mean, I think that there is. I've been saying all year, and I hope you're right. I know that you want to see the rushing numbers improved. I want to as well. I have a little bit of a fear that they start to sling the ball around quite a bit throughout the season. I don't know if that's right out of the gate against Northwestern, though.
My thought is that they're going to pass the ball a lot more this season than they did last season, but hopefully the amount of passing will lead to more scoring, in which case if you're playing with the lead more, you can run the ball more. So I believe that you're going to see more passes, hopefully
Nick,
score.
Come on back here. Get back. See how – listen, some people just –
He's got to get over here with my wings.
There's some people that –
he doesn't have any wings and hands.
And some people that think they're slick. Yeah, I bet you do. You better. I want my. Yeah, I want the change back. If not, smack to the stomach. He's on his way, Rico. He said he'll get you taken care of, sir.
Okay. Like I was saying, I think they're going to pass the ball a lot more, which will lead to more scores. In which case, with them playing with a lead, they will run the ball more, and you'll see more rushing yards. That's what I'm hoping for, at least.
Yeah.
Because it was hard last season because they were in a lot of close games, but the fact that you're in these close games, you still have to score. You have to score pretty quickly. They couldn't really run the ball. They were trying to score quickly with the pass. Well, they were running it earlier in the game and they were staying in it, but then it gets down to the nitty-gritty and you're like, we have to score when they're trying to pass it to score quickly.
I say on the fly, you kind of figure out what your strengths are, and we'll see how that goes. But I'll say this. I think that they had a plan this offseason. It's not like they just went out there and grabbed anything they could. When I read the tea leaves and I see you go out and get an offensive coordinator, Mark Whipple, a quarterback like Casey Thompson, that's not for the quarterback running game. And so they're kind of moving away from that. That's something that maybe opened up the rushing game and passing game at times. I know we always want to kind of crap on Adrian Martinez, but he did serve a purpose out there, and his running threat did open some things up. You're not going to have that this year. So that traditional running game is going to have to get going a little bit more on its own. And hopefully the pass protection is good enough to get him to sling the ball around out there. Because, again, with Whipple, Thompson, I think that was the plan this offseason.
Absolutely. So I'm keeping it on the text message. So we're going to keep it rolling real quick. A couple of people talked about Terrell Farley. 2024 said, great job on your sobriety, black shirt. God bless you. Ryan says, props to you, Terrell, on your 7 years for keeping it real. I have mad respect and admiration for anyone in recovery, including my best friend, Justin in Colorado. Let's go, Justin in Colorado. Shout out to Jay. You're all inspiring. Dusty 7 and 5 said, this is like pregame talk. Let's kick this thing off tonight, fellas.
That's what we're feeling. It's getting close to game day, isn't it?
It needs to be here already.
It's like 10 days too late. Let's do it now.
Yeah,
but you know what? I like giving us a little bit more time to prepare for this thing.
Yeah,
keep everybody healthy, but prepare.
Just breathe. Preseason football starts again tomorrow night this week, so we got it for the weekend.
The Huskers will be in Ireland this time next week.
There you go.
Eric and Lincoln says, just got tickets for the Oklahoma game. How much are those tickets, by the way?
I'll look it up on the secondary market. Real quick.
Well, there's that package that the university's selling where you get the Oklahoma tickets and you get the 2 games before that also.
Yeah, but you only get 1 Oklahoma ticket. You get 2 tickets to the other games. They know what they're doing.
Oh, you get. What's the price though on that, Rico?
I don't know. I'd have to look at that.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good package. That's that 3-pack they were talking about.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find it because it was a pretty decent price, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Well, I thought they were going for $150 at first. I thought that was face value.
The get-in price on Ticketmaster right now is $239 for Oklahoma.
Wait, stop. Say that again.
$239 to get into Oklahoma. That's the get-in price. You're sitting in the nosebleeds. As opposed to North Dakota, you can get in for $32.
Come on.
This is before fees, of course. That'll add a little bit more.
Yeah, I know, but why is such a disparity in the ticket price? I get it. I know it's Oklahoma, but
well, that's why.
it would be. I know, but it'd be nice if you could have. Okay, what?
So here it is. It's on the Huskers website. So for each Oklahoma ticket you purchase, get 2 tickets each for North Dakota and Georgia Southern for just $270.
Well, so how many tickets total?
So you get 2 tickets for North Dakota and Georgia Southern for $270, but the Oklahoma you have to buy the Oklahoma ticket is $270, and then you get 2 tickets to North Dakota and Georgia Southern as well. So you get 1 to Oklahoma, like Bach said, 1 to Oklahoma, and then 2 for the other games. But if you purchase 2 Oklahoma for $540, then you get 4 tickets to North Dakota and 4 tickets to Georgia Southern.
Wow, 2 tickets to an Oklahoma game, big money, baby.
And for what it's worth, what do you guys think is the next highest home game besides Nebraska, Oklahoma? I'm on StubHub here.
The next highest home
Wisconsin.
game.
Wisconsin's correct. It's $55. That's the drop
Come
off.
on.
If you can go to Nebraska, Wisconsin, you can bring a whole gang of people, unless you just want to get 1 ticket to Oklahoma.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
That's that rivalry, man.
So wait, Oklahoma 270,
Yep.
Wisconsin
55.
Something's wrong with that picture, folks. I know it's a rivalry. I get it. I get it,
it's
but
also.
Is it a $270 a piece rivalry?
Hey, Rashawn, I want to ask you this: is that since you played in it, is that Oklahoma Nebraska rivalry based on respect?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on a whole bunch of stuff. Respect, understanding that Mickey Joseph had one of the most horrendous injuries in the history of Nebraska football. By the way, on a cheap shot, his career was ended by Oklahoma Sooner 4 yards out of bounds. He got hit 4 yards out of bounds, destroyed his leg, shattered in a million places, destroyed his leg. That's what ended Mickey Joseph's career. So a lot of us youngsters, we understand that, and we took that mentality to a whole new level where we wanted to get some get-backs back for Oklahoma just making those. And then, growing up, Oklahoma always was beating us. Every chance we looked up, we're getting beat by Oklahoma. So that's kind of where this whole rivalry, and it dates all the way back when you think back in the Big 8, whoever won the Oklahoma-Nebraska game most of the time played for the championship game.
Or at least the Orange Bowl.
Or at least the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a championship game
a lot of
then.
times.
A lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's real. It's going to be some rock'em sock'em stuff going on, and I can't wait. But anyway, he says, just got my tickets to the Oklahoma game. If and that's a big if, Nebraska can be 3-0 heading into the game.
That's not too big of an
I
if.
was getting ready to say, Bob. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They did win 3 games last year, so there's that.
That could be a wild crowd-wise. Maybe best and loudest home crowd since Miami game.
Yeah, I can see that. Was it? The Michigan State game got pretty loud when Mike Riley got the win, the upset win. But I'd still say Miami's probably that's what I'd go back to. Yeah,
just like the regular crowd. How loud was the Colorado crowd? Was that one pretty? Frost's first game.
Yeah, I think they were into it. I don't think that's one that There's certain games that just kind of you set aside and you say these are kind of the loud games. I haven't heard that one too much being thrown in there, but I bet it was. I bet that was a pretty big one.
Well, I figure there's two part to it where you haven't played Colorado in a while. It's a rivalry, maybe not based on respect, and
Right.
It's the first game of the chosen son coming back.
T. Farley says he paid $150, bought 4 tickets for $600. Well, he's got amazing seats.
He got a deal.
Well, he probably went to the ticket office. I think I can get him for that too.
Oh yeah.
But now, still,
Can I go there and get them?
Listen, 150 and 55 is 2 different things.
That's a big deal.
That's true.
Still
That's
a jump.
true.
That's a big difference. 150, you're still almost $100 away. Department has a premium game. Ohio State last year, man, it's a premium. So basically, I think he's saying the ticket department picks one game and makes that a premium game per season.
Maybe, but
Ohio State wasn't 170.
Yeah, I got into Ohio State, by the way, for $10 last year on the secondary market because that's how bad things got against Nebraska. And maybe that's why the Wisconsin game, the last home game, is not so high right now, is because you want to. I mean, that might jump up if Nebraska's playing for the Big Ten West. But by
if
the
the
time
season's going well, that's not going to be a $55 ticket.
By the time we got to the Wisconsin-Iowa game last year, it was over. It was 3-7. We're bringing Frost back. These guys are out. Like the season was just done.
Right.
So I mean, that's kind of what you're up against there. Minnesota, by the way, on the secondary market here, $35. That's a pretty good steal.
That's a big steal. Jeez.
So buy that now if you want. If you want to go see PJ Fleck enter the building.
Yeah, you
Scott
get to see a
first
future NFL, probably
Skirt.
second round running back in Mohamed Ibrahim.
There you go. Injury. He's kind of older and has injury problems. I don't know if he'll
He
be
had
taken so high, but
one.
he's really good.
He had one injury problem.
We're gonna
He
bust
doesn't
him
have
up,
injury
Rico.
problems. Don't you talk about Mohamed Ibrahim like that.
We're going to bust him up.
We like Mohamed,
I like Mohamed Ibrahim. Don't get me wrong, but
just not in that game.
he's like 26 years old.
He's not that. He's like 23.
He's 27, Rico. Stop it.
He is not he is not a year younger than me.
Yeah, he is. Scott First says, I got 500 apiece on StubHub, 30-yard line seats. Pay for my season. Scott and Firth. 500 apiece.
Oh, he's got good tickets, though.
Nope.
That's not the getting.
Listen,
price.
bruh. 500 apiece? Gotta be another way.
He's got it like that. If you got it like that, that's not too
We're
bad.
speaking of ticket prices. DP and Jay Foreman were talking about this yesterday on Old School. If you guys listen to Old School at their new time, 4 to 6 every day, they were talking about ticket prices yesterday, and DP was going through the older ticket prices for Nebraska, and he said, I think it was 97 Nebraska, Colorado, or something like that. Was 97 at Colorado?
Yeah.
That one was.
No, 97. No, 96 was at Colorado. 97 was at home.
Okay, so
My
96.
senior year was at home.
96 at Colorado, the tickets were $40 because Colorado priced the tickets up. But the other home games at Nebraska, they were like $15 was the most expensive ticket.
What?
That's what I'm saying. This is insane.
For the Nebraska games
Yes.
back in 97?
For Nebraska home games, they were like $15.
No way.
Where?
I don't believe that.
That's
Where?
what if you go listen to Old School yesterday, DP was going through ticket prices and he was finding ticket prices. They were like $15. Even like in the 90s, the tickets were I
we need
think
that text line, because it was tough to get
No,
Nebraska games
bruh,
back in the day.
listen.
well, you
It was
couldn't
not
buy like
15
single tickets.
You could not get into no Nebraska game for no $15.
You talking about Nebraska
my
basketball?
senior year.
No,
Nebraska
I'm telling you,
basketball,
this is what he was reading yesterday.
Well, he read that wrong. or
I don't know
something.
who wrote that or
I would love to see
He was
who
looking
wrote
up
that
the ticket
because-
prices. And it was like back in like the 60s and stuff like that. They were like $4.
Well, yeah, back in the 60s.
Bruh, 1997, you was not getting into the Nebraska game for $15.
This sellout streak isn't fake. I know there's times that we patch in some things, but when the heat of this thing, it was tough to get a ticket.
That's what I was surprised too.
Okay, so this question is for everybody but Gus Mohawk, only because he's 15-0. And Gus, I'm gonna take care of you if you come to the tailgate for the Ireland game or for the Dublin game. Gus Mohawk says, VJ, what about the time that you play? Actually, let me ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
What career win my senior year when we played Oklahoma was it for Coach Osborne? You got 10 seconds. 9.
Well, there is a
8,
delay.
7, 6.
He's not asking me because I see
5,
it right now.
Are you asking me?
4,
Yep.
3.
Oh,
No, I'm not asking
oh.
you.
Text
Okay, I
line,
won't say it.
somebody.
It's on text line. I'm trying to give away a gift card here. What win? We played Oklahoma my senior year. What win? I think that was senior day, too.
Was it 69-7?
Axel Foley
There it is.
gets it right. It was career 250 for Coach Osborne. Can you believe that? 250 games.
Wins.
It's a lot of wins.
I mean, 250.
Yeah, that's over 25 years. That's 10 wins a pop at least. I mean, he never went under 9.
I was saying,
That's
if you think like you hear like 250 and then you put like 25 years, and people are like, oh, that doesn't. No, this is football. There's not that many games. So 250, 20. That's crazy.
AJ says Nebraska's 21-point comeback against Ohio State was the loudest game I've been to.
Oh yeah,
I
heard that loud.
I've heard that was wild.
Now I will say this: a big chunk of the crowd left.
Oh, dude,
loud.
it was a ton of people left.
Most of them were gone, but yeah.
Bleeping fair weather fans.
Bill says, I was at the 97 game in Boulder. 27-24, never fear for my life more. Because I think that's the game we got up like 21-0, and they start just coming back big time on the spot. It was crazy.
But you ended up winning?
We ended up winning the game. We held them off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, I appreciate it. I'm going to still stay here, but I'm going to turn the gears over and let the pilot get in the pilot seat. And then, Rico, you guys I'll just be in the back flying first class. How about that? You guys take the plane?
That'll work.
Okay.
Hey, Wingstop. It's the happy hour with the captain. Oh, Wingstop with the captain. Yeah, you send it to break.
Take a water cooler.
Let me see how you send it to break, Bob.
You're listening to the Ticket Water Cooler on 93.7 The Ticket. We're at Wingstop at 28th and Superior. Come on down for lunchtime. We'll be back. Jake Bachman here. Before you get back to the golf course, let me tell you about my friends at Solarion. I've been working with them for many years, and they've been a great place to work with, helping develop new pharmaceutical products. All I do is check the website for possible studies that might apply to me, see if they fit into my schedule, and if I'm eligible for participation within the parameters laid out, I can make up to $500 per day in a study and feel confident in the staff and research done by Solarion to be a willing participant. I was one of 800 participants at Solarion in Lincoln last year and will continue to be. If you're curious about how you can earn up to $500 per day by participating in a research study at Solarion and with several options for scheduling, check them out at helpresearch.com/new or call them at 866-213-2965. Again, that's Solarion at 866-213-2965 or at helpresearch.com/new.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD. Summer is here, and that means you're having garage parties with neighbors, hitting the golf course and the pool. The drink of this summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs, 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD at 84th and Andermatt and TrekCBD.com. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people, It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at freedominlaw.com today.
Nebraska fans, it's almost time for college football season. Brokers Insurance Agency in Lincoln is a proud donor of Nebraska athletics. Brokers Insurance Agency is located at 33rd and A Streets in the heart of Lincoln. At Brokers, they can help you with all your insurance needs. Let them worry about your insurance so you have more time to enjoy the college football season. Call one of their licensed agents today at 402-420-5353 or visit their website at brokersinsurancene.com. Go Big Red.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and things are cooking in Louisville. Right now, our pre-owned sales are off the charts, and we have loaded up the lots full of inventory. We've got a great supply of Sierras, Silverados, Tahoes, Yukons, and crossovers. Plus, we've got a great supply of back-to-school cars just in time for the big day. Don't forget about all of those new 2022 and 2023 units arriving every day as well. So please take that short, money-saving drive down 144th Street or shop online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Imagine your next staff meeting. Now imagine your next staff meeting with a side of ribs. Your next client presentation, or that same client presentation with brisket and baked beans. It's better, right? Let Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul take care of all of your business catering needs. Feed the staff, cater your next event, whatever you need, Mary Ellen's can help. They can even host your events in their brand new event space located right next to the restaurant. Go see for yourself. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake or online at maryellens.com. Let them fix you a plate.
Lincoln's first distillery is now bigger and better than ever before. Join Sideshow Spirits this Thursday, August 18th, as they celebrate their grand opening of their renovated space and distillery. Doors open at 2 p.m. with free tours, free cocktail and spirit samples, and free appetizers. The cocktail bar is open from 4 to 11 p.m. to celebrate. Check out their bottle and merchandise store, private tasting room, and event spaces. It's the Sideshow Spirits grand opening this Thursday at 16th and P.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order your Wingstop online at 28th and Superior, 50th and O Street, and 29th and Pine Lake.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Areas of fog a possibility this morning, but by this afternoon we should see plenty of sunshine and top out at around 80, with winds turning out of the east-southeast at around 10. We'll see a few passing clouds tonight with a low of 61, a chance of late-day thunderstorms tomorrow with a high of around 86. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
From selling a home to even building one, you're doing a lot and need a lender who can help you do it. Like Kelsey Fluhop of Security First Bank.
As a mortgage loan officer, I value my customers and work to make the mortgage process easy and even rewarding.
Mortgage lending from Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 505011 and 1730635.
We stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to the Ticket Water Cooler. Brought to you by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are rocking out here at Wingstop. This is the Ticket Water Cooler, sponsored by Wingstop, of course. We are at the 28th in Superior location. You can go to 50th and 29th at Pine Lake as well. Also a new location in Grand Island. You can order carryout or delivery online at www.wingstop.com. Also available on DoorDash and Uber Eats. I'm Jake Balkovin, live at Wingstop. Rico is back, rocking out in studio. And, of course, we got the captain, VJ, sticking around because he loves himself some Wingstop, too. And he loves to rock out.
3 hours of it.
So I got to give a quick shout-out to Heaven's Best Carpet Cleaners. They came in here. They cleaned all our carpets over here, and they look amazing. They look fantastic.
There you go.
I would say
Nice
you
shout
could
out.
eat off of them, but then you would get them dirty again, and that would negate all of the work that they just did, so don't do that. But shout out to Heaven's Best for coming in here and making our carpets in the studio look amazing. When you
Rico,
guys get back
I don't
here,
think I'd ever eat anything off a carpet. I don't care how clean it is.
don't track mud in here. All right, watch yourself.
Yeah, don't.
Is it so it's super clean? It smells good.
It
Smells good?
It smells lemony.
You know, you and Nick be farting all the time, so it's kind of stinky in there.
Coming from you.
I'm just saying, you
Mr.
only guys running around.
Mr. Sensitive Tummy.
You guys only running around eating eggs and stuff.
Mr.
Green eggs and ham.
Sensitive Tummy. You gotta be careful what you eat because you don't know what
you should be thanking me right now.
Why?
Because you got something. You got something coming back. He was getting ready to leave without your food. You know that, right?
Well, I would have been very sad. He would have had to do a solo show because I would have had to go get food. That's what would have happened.
Nick says he might be late for the happy hour.
Yeah,
He's just
right.
sitting in here twiddling his thumbs around.
You just over there doing nothing, Nick? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He's waiting for the food, he
It's
says.
about to come up. Jeez.
Hey, VJ, I got something that might surprise you.
Bring it.
There was another scuffle at an inter-squad scrimmage in the NFL.
Oh,
here.
shoot. What was it?
Christian McCaffrey was knocked to the ground, and a fan was injured during a scuffle at the Carolina Panthers-New England Patriots joint practice. Part of it might be, I don't know if you've heard this, but Mac Jones has been actually talking some trash at those practices. So
No.
Well, not this time?
No,
You don't think it was Mac?
Those are fake.
Those are fake?
Those
All
are
right,
fake.
Well,
because they
I
said
believe
Mac
them.
Jones. They said Mac Jones was in the middle of the scuffle for telling one of the corners for the Panthers to hold something, and then there's pictures of the scuffle, and Mac Jones is nowhere close to it.
I was fairly certain that was fake, but I wanted to believe it, so
I know, so did I, but no, Mac Jones not about that life.
It would be nice. Is there a film on that yet? It'd be nice to see the footage. You know it's got to be.
There is.
Yeah.
Is there footage?
Yeah, there is.
Oh wow.
It's fine. The
Text
Patriots
line
are
going
the
crazy.
Patriots are bad.
You think the Patriots
The
are bad at
Patriots are
football?
not. The Patriots are not going to be. They lost two of their top 4 corners already. Juwan Williams is lost for the season with a shoulder injury, and Malcolm Butler, they re-signed him. Remember the Super Bowl hero? He was in Tennessee for a while. He came back to New England. Undisclosed injury, lost for the season.
Where'd J.C. Jackson end up signing?
I don't know, but he's not New England, so that's
Yeah, I know he's not in New England. I couldn't remember where he went. And they're doing. I mean, I just love the arrogance and the ego of Belichick. He still doesn't have a
offensive coordinator.
He?
Nope, he doesn't have an offensive coordinator.
Does he have a defensive coordinator?
Well, I think he's the defensive coordinator.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So he's running without coordinators.
Yeah. Well, he's got
which he's done before.
the former wide receiver coach and then former New York Giants head coach Joe Judge, and then the former Detroit Lions head coach and former defensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, Matt Patricia, are both like calling offensive plays. And I'm like,
Yeah,
this is cool. This is fine.
That's definitely not even Matt Patricia's side of the ball.
Yeah,
so,
and Mac Jones is like, yeah, it's a learning curve for everybody. We're trying to figure out the offense still. And I'm like, oh, that's great. You had a perfect offense where you got your rookie quarterback to be a Pro Bowler and get you to the playoffs. I know you lose your offensive coordinator to Las Vegas, but you should still be able to keep kind of the same offense, but apparently not. So this is fine. Everything's great.
What do you think about Mac Jones? He was voted 85th by the players as the 85th best player in the league.
Too low.
Too low. You
Too
think,
low.
yeah?
It needs to be higher. Mac Jones is going to be the next great quarterback in the NFL. As long as he can get some wide receivers. Apparently, they're trying to trade away Nelson Aguilar already, but with his cap hit, nobody's going to want to trade for him.
Yeah, that's no surprise. Also, I thought it was funny that was the storyline. Like, Mac Jones is 85th. This is crazy. That was the storyline coming out of that. OBJ's a free agent, and he was ranked 90th. And that wasn't the storyline. It was that how high Mac Jones was. So that was kind of funny coming out of there. I love those top 100s that they do every year in the NFL as voted by the players. I always love that sort of thing.
Mac Jones was the best rookie quarterback last year.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of competition, but
Take that,
I
Trevor
will agree
Lawrence.
with that. Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. Maybe still long term.
Whoever else was drafted last year as a quarterback.
Was it Justin Fields?
Yeah, Justin Fields. Garbage.
Yeah.
I wanted him in New England, but garbage.
Zach Wilson.
Garbage. All of them.
Yeah, it's a weird rookie class. It didn't really shine too well. Hey, Rico, did you watch the Manti Te'o documentary?
I did.
Yeah.
I finished it at like 12:30 at night. Well, in the morning.
Me too.
Technically.
I couldn't turn it off.
No,
I knew I was gonna have to wake up.
We watched
early,
the
but-
first episode, and then I was like, the next one's an hour long, and I look at the clock, it's 11:30, and I look at my wife and I go, "We're gonna watch this?" And she goes, "Well, we're too far. We're invested. We have to find out what happens." I was like, "Well, I know
I'll tell
what
you-
happens, but I need more information."
Yeah. It's a good watch too for couples because you can, men, we love the football part, and then the women usually like the catfish part.
We were laughing.
not to be-
We were laughing at all of it, like laughing and sad and disgusted, and like I'm just sitting here and I'm like, how do you let it get this far? And then like all of the red flags that were popping up, and you're a star at Notre Dame, and you're like, nah, I'm obsessed with this person in California that I've never met before.
Anybody ever think that was an easy way of when he found out that he was really she was really a he? And then they had to save face.
Well, they didn't. He didn't find out until after all of it was over. Like he thought he was talking to, what was her name? Lene
Kekua. Yeah.
But it ended up being whatever his name was. Who was just
No red
pretending
flags
to be-
anywhere, huh?
Who was just pretending to be Lene, and that person stole all the pictures from a girl that was in his high school class or somebody that he went to school with, took all of her pictures and was using those as Lene's pictures, and just a strange set of circumstances and problems arose the entire time. And look, I'm doing a terrible job of describing it, but just head to Netflix. If you have Netflix, get your friend's Netflix password, go on there. You have to look up Untold, the girlfriend who didn't exist. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's just fascinating too because like it wasn't that he just like duped a few people. It was and that was the interesting part to me. I don't even know if Deadspin's still a thing, but when Deadspin broke that, it was all the other publications just for weeks, I think even months, just ran with the story. Just took Manti Te'o's word for it that his girlfriend died. Nobody looked into like, all right, well, where's the funeral? When was she born? Anything like that. So I mean, it wasn't just, it was an elaborate scheme, but somehow you could see how it got out of hand because the media just ran with it.
Just took it and ran with it, unfortunately. And I think that was, that's kind of what made me feel bad for Manti Te'o a little bit, is that, he thought it was real. He was just like, yeah, my girlfriend died, so I'm going to play this season for her. And then everybody was just like, yes, this star linebacker at Notre Dame is dedicating his season to his dead grandma and his dead girlfriend. This is perfect. Everybody should be talking about this. And it's like, no, what are we doing?
Well, it sets up to be the perfect. And then
was it so boring in
throughout
2012 that's what we were doing?
But Manti Te'o also blew it up, right? Because coming into that year, they were coming off an 8-5 season. Then Manti Te'o helps Notre Dame. They're slimming. They're getting just barely by all these games. Everett Golson's their freshman quarterback. He was doing all right, but it was really Manti Te'o and that defense that kept him in a lot of these games. And so the more they won, the more the story kind of probably got out of hand and out of control and more publicized. So it was like the 1 year Notre Dame stepped up. It turned out it wasn't a great year for that story to be going on. But, it was still fascinating. And that 2012 Notre Dame team, I don't know how much people watch Notre Dame throughout the year. There's one of the teams, they're on NBC every week, so I watch them quite a bit. And that was a fun team to travel. Any team that's just barely undefeated, just skating by game after game, you kind of know they're not the most dominant team in the country. But in college football and any sport, really, once you get to the playoffs, just win. And that was kind of fun to go. Now, eventually, it all came to a crashing, burning in there against Alabama.
Alabama shut it down. Your former co-host and Nathan Brennan here on these airwaves has said multiple times that Manti Te'o was robbed of the Heisman and Johnny Manziel didn't deserve it. Manti Te'o should not have been a finalist. I am sticking by that. His stats were great for a linebacker. His stats were not Heisman worthy.
Yeah, Nate's at Notre Dame. His dad went to Notre Dame. He probably lived that season. That was probably really a fun season for him. But you're right. He kind of Aiden Hutchinson his way into the Heisman race.
Didn't deserve
because his team was undefeated and playing in the championship game. And that was a cool year, by the way. But I don't whether he deserved it or not. I just remember them going back and looking at it yesterday. Was like, okay, Johnny Manziel, Colin Klein. Neither of those guys were the best, the quarterback on the best team or anything. And then you had a linebacker in there who kind of did fill that role. That's how I want the Heisman race to be. Last year was just kind of like, well, no one necessarily deserves it. So either Bryce Young or CJ Stroud's.
Colin Klein was a dude, though. Like, I didn't recognize. I'm going to be honest. I didn't recognize. I was sitting there. I go, who's the other finalist? I don't know who that is. When they were showing it on the documentary. But like the top 10 that season for the Heisman, Johnny Manziel, Manti Te'o, Colin Klein, Marquise Lee, who finished 4th, the wide receiver out of USC, Braxton Miller, Jadeveon Clowney, Jordan Lynch. Remember Jordan Lynch?
Oh, yeah. Jordan Lynch was good for a few years.
Tavon Austin,
Nice.
Kenyon Barner, and Jarvis Jones.
Wow.
That's a good group. That's a good year of college football right there. I can't turn that down. Ellison, Illinois also points out on the text line, who was their defensive coordinator that year? It was Bob Diaco.
Really?
Yeah, Manti Te'o even mentioned it I believe in his Heisman speech when they were talking to him. He said, finding out that his girlfriend died and his grandma died, and kind of breaking down that his defensive coordinator, Coach Diaco, came over and just gave him a big old hug and made him feel better. So I heard him say, like, Coach Diaco.
Give me a big hug, Bach, and make you feel better.
He said Coach Diaco, and I said, yes.
Yes. Robert Diaco to you now. No longer.
Yeah, don't you forget
He's a professional.
Guys, we're live out here at Wingstop at 28th and Superior. We better go to break. We got one last segment to get to. We got to pay some bills. We're paying the bills right now. We're at a Wingstop. You guys need to get out here as well. We still got a gift card. Maybe we got a gift card to give away.
And Coach Osborne.
Coach Osborne's going to be here next week. That's
Pine Lake Road.
29th at Pine Lake.
Save the date.
Yeah. Make sure
Save
your
the
boss,
date.
Make sure your boss knows you're going to be out. Lunch break's going to be a little longer next Wednesday. So we'll do that. We'll be live back here from Wingstop right around the corner. You're listening to the Ticket Water Cooler on 93.7 The Ticket.
James Enterprise Incorporated, that company that hauls your gravel, rocks, and material for your farm or construction site, says thank you to the people of the healthcare community for putting yourself in the way of danger to save the public. That is what it means to be a hero and to build a beautiful legacy. This message brought to you by James Enterprise Incorporated. For all your hauling of rock, gravel, and materials, call them at 402-432-6740. That's 402-432-6740.
Lincoln's first distillery is now bigger and better than ever before. Join Sideshow Spirits this Thursday, August 18th, as they celebrate their grand opening of their renovated space and distillery. Doors open at 2 p.m. with free tours, free cocktail and spirit samples, and free appetizers. The cocktail bar is open from 4 to 11 p.m. to celebrate. Check out their bottle and merchandise store, private tasting room, and event spaces. It's the Sideshow Spirits grand opening this Thursday at 16th and P.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Imagine your next staff meeting. Now imagine your next staff meeting with a side of ribs. Your next client presentation? Or that same client presentation with brisket and baked beans. It's better, right? Let Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul take care of all of your business catering needs. Feed the staff, cater your next event, whatever you need, Mary Ellen's can help. They can even host your events in their brand new event space located right next to the restaurant. Go see for yourself. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake or online at maryellens.com. Let them fix you a plate.
From selling a home to even building one, you're doing a lot and need a lender who can help you do it. Like Kelsey Fluhop of Security First Bank.
As a mortgage loan officer, I value my customers and work to make the mortgage process easy and even rewarding.
Mortgage lending from Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 505011 and 1730635.
Nebraska fans, it's almost time for college football season. Brokers Insurance Agency in Lincoln is a proud donor of Nebraska athletics. Brokers Insurance Agency is located at 33rd and A Streets in the heart of Lincoln. At Brokers, they can help you with all your insurance needs. Let them worry about your insurance so you have more time to enjoy the college football season. Call one of their licensed agents today at 402-420-5353 or visit their website at brokersinsurancenE.com. Go Big Red.
You work way too hard to blend in. It's time for your business to stand out from the crowd. Revolution Wraps takes your image to the next level with professional, high-quality vehicle wraps, signage, interior graphics, trade show displays, and plenty more. They do it all in-house, from design to print to installation. Call Revolution Wraps in either Lincoln or Omaha for a free quote today at 402-475-2886. Or see what they can do for your business online at revolutionwraps.com. Revolution Wraps. Start something big.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Areas of fog a possibility this morning, but by this afternoon, we should see plenty of sunshine and top out at around 80, with winds turning out of the east-southeast at around 10. We'll see a few passing clouds tonight with a low of 61, a chance of late-day thunderstorms tomorrow with a high of around 86. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and things are cooking in Louisville. Right now, our pre-owned sales are off the charts, and we have loaded up the lots full of inventory. We've got a great supply of Sierras, Silverados, Tahoes, Yukons, and crossovers. Plus, we've got a great supply of back-to-school cars just in time for the big day. Don't forget about all of those new 2022 and 2023 units arriving every day as well. So please take that short, money-saving drive down 144th Street or shop online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at freedmanlaw.com today.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to the Ticket Water Cooler. Brought to you by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are live from Wingstop at 28th and Superior. Of course, they have locations at 50th and 29th in Pine Lake. We'd like you to go out there and give it a try if you haven't. And if you have, well, then I don't need to chuck you into it. You know, Wingstop is great. You can order carryout, though, now, or delivery online at www.wingstop.com. Also available on DoorDash and Uber Eats. Try their triple meal deal, by the way, for just $17.99. That's 6 classic wings, 6 boneless wings, 2 tenders, 3 flavors, a large fry, and 2 dips. All just for $17.99. The captain has left the building. He stuck around the Ticket Water Cooler as long as he could, but he's a busy man as well, so he's off and running. And we've just got a few minutes here on the Ticket Water Cooler. A few minutes I'd like to use on some Nebraska basketball news. How about this? Keontae Johnson is scheduling a visit. He's officially visiting Nebraska today. If you recognize that name, or if you don't, you might remember the story. Keontae Johnson actually would be a grad transfer from Florida has not played in a game since December 12th, 2020, when he collapsed during a game due to a heart issue. So interesting stuff going on there. For what it's worth, though, he was projected to be a first-round draft pick when the health injuries started, or the health concerns started. So now he's down to a few different schools: Kansas State, Western Kentucky, Memphis, and Nebraska. And obviously, if you're a Nebraska fan, you hope you can grab him. And that's fascinating, because I think that this offseason, and not to downplay it if they don't get Keontae Johnson, obviously there's going to be some question marks about that situation in totality, but he's kind of the missing piece. I think once they head into this offseason, it felt like they needed to go out there and get a scorer. This is a guy that's averaged 14 points at Florida.
Yeah, it's I think it would be a great addition if he is cleared to play. I'm not sure if he is. I mean, he wouldn't be transferring if he wasn't cleared to play, but you're going to have some more doctors check him out regardless wherever he transfers. If you're talking about a potential first round draft pick, one of those schools actually makes sense. No slight to Nebraska or Kansas State or Western Kentucky. But if you're talking about a guy who has NBA aspirations, I know Nebraska has sent, 3 guys to the NBA the last 3 years. But I'm looking at Penny Hardaway in Memphis if I'm a potential. But hey, if he visits Nebraska, if he loves his visit and he ends up committing to Nebraska, ends up transferring to Nebraska, that is a massive get. Again, if he is healthy and cleared to play, because as you said, he is a phenomenal talent and would only add to what Nebraska's done this offseason on the basketball side of things. So
yeah, and I believe I think that he's visited Western Kentucky in Kansas State. I think that he has yet to visit Memphis, so that's kind of interesting as we go here. And then the other thing is, and I can't remember who. You don't need to visit
Memphis. You just have to know it's Memphis. Penny Hardaway is there. Derrick Rose, you went there before. Like, that's all you need.
Well, I mean, Nebraska, you got Fred Hoiberg and Eric Strickland went here before. That's all you need.
True. That is true.
There you go. So that's what that's the kind of the latest. If you're looking on Nebraska basketball side of things, I think that would be again, it's a very weird situation just because you don't know the health of him moving forward. Would he be kind of limited to minutes? What would his role necessarily be on the team? But talent-wise, first-round pick. So that's the kind of thing that you're thinking there. So hopefully Coach Hoiberg can nail that down. And if he's out there listening, he should get to Wingstop. We're here at Wingstop at 28th and Superior. He is in town. Also locations at 50th and 0 and 29th in Pine Lake. That'll do it for Wingstop out here for the Ticket Water Cooler and for the captain. Stay tuned for the rest of the excellent lineup here on the Ticket.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD.